Hello, my friends, and welcome to a brand new episode of Discourse and Magic. My name is Jonah Babbins, and this episode is all about virtual, specifically virtual sales. One thing that you guys probably know about me is that I love marketing, I love virtual magic, but one thing that you might not know is how much I love sales and marketing. I probably have about a dozen different sales books and negotiation books. I can recommend things like Never Split the Difference, which is probably one of the best negotiation books around. And before I go into the details of the episode, I just want to share, and to some of you this might sound completely crazy, but I spend my hard-earned dollars on sales training. I found people who train salesmen, and I have hired them to help me on my virtual magic sales. Now, some people might be thinking, Jonah, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just spend the time learning card tricks or something? Well, the answer is in my magic business, there are few things that are going to make a bigger impact on my bottom line than my ability to turn an inquiry into a confirmed gig, and specifically a confirmed gig for the amount of money that I want, for the package that I want, and so on and so on. So I spend my hard-earned money on sales trainings so that when I do the sales calls that I'm on, I can close as many of them as I possibly can. So to me, that is the most important skill. The next most important skill is to get more bookings. I have sales trainings. I usually do them about maybe once a month or every other month. And I've been picking it more up recently because I've been getting on more phone calls and it's a skill that I want to have. But I thought that I would share with you 3 aha moments, 3 epiphanies that I've had on virtual sales calls and really sneaky things that are going to help you take somebody from not sure if they want to book you to confident that they want to book you. This is stuff that my sales trainer couldn't have taught me because he is not in the virtual magic business. But this is stuff that I have found, discovered, and discussed with my sales trainer to make sure that I'm not completely blind on the psychology. So tip number 1 is less of a tip and more of a decision. I'm going to tell you about the 2 ways that really work to sell your virtual magic show. Here are the 2 ways that really work. The first is via a sales call, and the second is via a demo call. Here's the difference. A sales call is when you explain to them exactly what is involved in the show and what it looks like. A demo call is when you show them exactly what is involved in the show and what it looks like. Both of those work, but I find that both of those or either of those work better than neither of those. So if all you're doing is communicating with the client over email, you're never getting to phone or you're never getting to demo call, then the elephant in the room is that they have no idea what a virtual magic show is. Somebody really needs to explain it to them. And whether you show them on a Zoom call or whether you explain it to them on a phone call, either one of those really increases the likelihood that they are going to book you. Personally, I like sales calls. They're more exciting for me. I don't have to do magic. My studio doesn't have to look good. I can do it on the phone and I can wander around my house while I do it, which is how I like to do my sales calls. I have a lot of coaching clients that work with me and they prefer demo calls. They like to show the client exactly what they're going to be doing for the employees and they find that it works a lot. So if you so far were doing just back and forth emails with clients, right now make the decision. Are you a sales call kind of guy or gal, or are you a demo call kind of guy or gal? Tip number 2, this is a huge one. This is about managing the tech. Here's one thing that I realized. Every client that's calling you, this is the first time that they have to take last year's in-person event and turn it into a virtual event. But you are different. Over the course of the last 9 months, you've already done 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 150 virtual shows. You know what they look like. You know what they should look like. You know what works. You know what doesn't work. You know what tech is great. You know what tech sucks. So on the sales call, if you tell them, by the way, you do not have to worry about the tech at all. I manage everything on my own Zoom account. I send you the Zoom link. You guys, all you have to do is show up. If there's speeches before, you just let me know who's speaking and I can spotlight them. All of the tech is covered on my behalf. Here's the reason why that's so incredible. People who are calling you are trying to problem solve the whole entire virtual event. That means they're trying to problem solve the tech. That means they're trying to problem solve the entertainment. That means they're trying to problem solve the experience. And if instantly you can take 3/4 of their workload off of their plate, it makes their life easier. It literally makes their work easier because this is someone whose actual job it is. It's like Suzanne from HR or something. This is someone whose actual job it is to put together the year-end event. And if 30 seconds, you can basically say, I'm going to take care of 75% of it. You just have to worry about getting people to show up. Then that makes her very, very excited because you just basically did everything for her. So tip number 2 is the phrase, we will manage all of the tech. It is worth you paying $50 or $100 to your virtual backstage manager, which there are many of that are willing to work right now who are doing an incredible job. Or if you don't need it and you can manage the tech yourself, totally worth doing it because it is worth thousands of dollars to a client that we will manage all of the tech for them. But for us, it might be an incredibly easy thing to do. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, this is a real secret sleeper tip. And the reason I put it as number 3 is not only because it's the best, but because the only people I want knowing about it are the people who've made it to the end of this episode. Because this is, I think, the most important epiphanies that I've had recently. The bulk of the people that are reaching out to me to book virtual shows are the HR person inside of a company. Or they are the assistant inside of a company, or they're part of the client appreciation team inside of the company. And here is the one thing that is in common. When I pass on my information, they say, this is perfect. I have a meeting on X day where I have to present this and that, and I'll be able to let you know on Y day if this is relevant. And I heard that, and then I heard it again, and then I heard it again. And then I heard somebody say, oh, do you have anything for me to help put together the slide deck for the presentation? And that's when it hit me. Everybody who is gathering my information, who's part of a company, is then going and turning around and repitching that information to another team, the whole team, the department, the person in charge, whatever. If I make them all of the slides in the slideshow presentation that they're going to be putting on for their team, then again, their work becomes easier. And when they show that presentation, it looks way better than the rest of the presentations because I hired a graphic designer to build it and look absolutely beautiful. So tip number 3 is, would you like me to attach our virtual slide deck? That is it. When they say yes, you send them your professionally made virtual slide deck, and then all they have to do is drag it onto their computer and they are ready for the presentation. They don't have to do anything else. You've made their life 150% easier. Well, there you have it. I hope you liked the episode, and I hope, of course, that you learned something. If you liked it, please feel free to spread the word and tell a friend. It really means the world, and it makes a really, really big difference. And if you need help with your virtual magic biz, whether it's the marketing, the sales, bringing in new leads, anything, please feel free to send me a message. There's going to be some information down below. And if you go to discourseandmagic.com/call, you can actually book a call with me. Yes, really me. And we'll really talk about your real virtual magic business, and we'll see what's working, what's not, and I'll see if I can help. Thanks so much for being here. It means the world, and I'll see you next Thursday. Peace.